A wife and her husband were having a dinner party for some important guests. The wife was very excited about this and wanted everything to be perfect. At the very last minute, she realized that she didn't have any snails for the dinner party, so she asked her husband to run down to the beach with the bucket to gather some snails. Very grudgingly, he agreed. He took the bucket, walked out the door, down the steps, and out to the beach. As he was collecting the snails, he noticed a beautiful woman strolling alongside the water just a little further down the beach. He kept thinking to himself, wouldn't it be great if she would even just come down and talk to me? He went back to gathering the snails. All of a sudden, he looked up, and the beautiful woman was standing right over him. They started talking, and she invited him back to her place. They ended up spending the night together. At 7 o'clock the next morning, he woke up and exclaimed, "Oh no! My wife's dinner party!" He gathered all his clothes, put them on real fast, grabbed his bucket, and ran out the door. He ran down the beach all the way to his apartment. He ran up the stairs of his apartment. He was in such a hurry that, when he got to the top of the stairs, he dropped the bucket of snails. There were snails all down the stairs. The door opened just then, with a very angry wife standing in the doorway, wondering where he'd been all this time. He looked at the snails all down the steps, then he looked at her, then back at the snails, and said, "Come on guys, we're almost there." A mom visits her son for dinner, who lives with a girl as a roommate. During his meal, his mother couldn't help but notice how pretty his roommate was. She had long been suspicious of a relationship between the two, and this had only made her more curious. Over the course of the evening, while watching the two interact, she started to wonder if there was more between him and his roommate. Reading his mom's thoughts, his son volunteered, "I know what you must be thinking, but I assure you, we are just roommates." About a week later, his roommate came to him and said, "Ever since your mother came to dinner, I've been unable to find the silver plate." "You don't suppose your mother took it, do you?" He said, "Well, I doubt it, but I'll email her just to be sure." He sat down and wrote, "Dear Mom, after your visit, the silver plate has been missing. I'm not saying that you did take the silver plate from my house, and I'm not saying that you didn't take it, but the fact remains that it has been missing ever since you were here for dinner. Love, your son." Several days later, he received an email from his mother that read, "Dear son, I'm not saying that you do sleep with your roommate, and I'm not saying that you don't sleep with her, but the fact remains that if she were sleeping in her own bed, she would have found the silver plate by now, under her pillow. Love, Mom." A girl asks her boyfriend to come over Friday night and have dinner. The girl tells her boyfriend that she would like to do it for the first time. The boy is ecstatic, but he has never done it before, so he goes to the pharmacist to get some protection. The pharmacist helps the boy for over an hour and tells the boy everything there is to know about protection. At the register, the pharmacist asks the boy whether he would like the 3-pack, 10-pack, or family pack. The boy picks up the family pack because he thinks he will be really busy since it is his first time. The boy shows up at the girl's house, and she takes her to the dinner table where her family is sitting. The boy quickly offers to say grace and bows his head. 1 minute passes, and the boy is still in deep prayer with his head down. This continues for 20 minutes, and he shows no movement. Finally, the girl leans over and whispers, "I had no idea you were so religious." The boy whispers back, "I had no idea your father was a pharmacist." Bill's had a tough week, so he decides to have a little fun. It was Friday evening, it had been payday, and Bill had really had a tough week. So on leaving the office, he decided that instead of going home, he would stay out for the entire weekend partying with his buddies and, in the process, blow his entire week's salary. When he finally arrived home on Sunday evening, he was confronted by his angry wife, and, needless to say, she hurled abuse at him for nearly 2 hours in a tirade befitting his irresponsible actions. Finally, as she stopped shouting at him, his wife said to him, "How would you like it if you didn't see me for 2 or 3 days?" "That would be fine with me," Bill responded unwisely. Monday went by, and Bill didn't see his wife. Tuesday and Wednesday came and went with the same results. However, on Thursday, the swelling had gone down sufficiently for Bill to see her a little out of the corner of his left eye. A girl graduated from an engineering university and was looking for a job, but she did not find any opportunity. But one time she met a person, a zoo manager, and he offered her a job with a very good salary. The job is to dress up as a zebra and stay in the cage for visitors to see it because the real zebra who was there died, and the profits fell because the visitors were coming specifically to see the zebra. But the girl accepted the job because of her financial condition, and things were fine until the accident happened. One day, while she was in the cage, the lion in the next cage opened the door, came out, and slowly approached her. The girl was terrified and trembling. She was terrified and did not know what to do because, in all scenarios, she would end up getting eaten by the lion, and when the lion approached, he said to her, "Calm down. This is Mike. I have a master's degree in economics." Wife, honey, let's play a game. Husband, okay, what is the game all about? Wife, if I mention a country, you will run to the left side of the room and touch the wall. And if I mention a bird, you will run to the right side of the room and touch the wall. If you run in the wrong direction, you will give me all your salary for the month. Husband, okay, and if you fail, I will have your salary too, right? Wife, smile, yes, darling. Husband, okay, stood up and was ready to run in any direction. Wife, are you ready? Husband, yes, ready. Wife, turkey. Husband and his wife at night conversation. The husband sent a text to his wife at night. Hi, I will be late. Please try and wash all my dirty clothes. And make sure you prepare my favorite dish before I return. He sent another text. And I forgot to tell you that I got an increase in my salary. At the end of the month, I'm getting you a new car. She texts back, really? Husband replied, no, I just wanted to make sure you got my first message. A man finds a magic lamp, you know the drill. He rubs the lamp, and a genie pops out and says he can thrive 3 wishes. But there's a catch, says the genie. I won't grant any of your wishes until you are done making all 3. Okay, replies the man. He knows these things can go poorly, so he deliberates for a bit before responding. People who ask for infinite wealth end up unhappy because they haven't earned it, so I'd like to be made a doctor. That way, I can help people and earn my money. Okay, and the other 2? Well, doctors often have a poor work-life balance, and I love golf, so I want you to ensure that I'll have time for 18 holes a day. No problem, you have 1 wish left. Well, I will already have a doctor's salary and enough time to do what I love. I would like my last wish to benefit others. Can you make it so that whenever I meet someone, I change their lives? I want to touch people in a deep, meaningful way. Wow, okay, says the genie, these wishes should be pretty easy to fulfill. So the genie made the man a proctologist.